There has been an increase in the number of people turning up with dengue. This is undiluted news, Mikey Bones reporting. The Medical Association of Jamaica is reporting that it has been seeing an increase in the number of patients turning up at health facilities seeking treatment for dengue. The Ministry of Health and Wellness declared an outbreak on Saturday based on the increased numbers of cases. Dengue fever is spread to humans by the bite of an infected Aedes aegypti mosquito, and the increase in numbers was being observed both at the public health facility and private practice, he said. He stressed that while most patients will display only mild symptoms, there are some who will have to be monitored to ensure they do not develop severe dengue, which can be devastating if it's not picked up early. As at Friday, the country had recorded 565 suspected, presumed and confirmed cases of dengue, 78 of which are confirmed cases, with a majority in St. Catherine, St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew. Jamaica's third registered political party, the United Independence Congress, said it has been ignored by some local media outlets. The UIC Vice President of the County of Cornwall, Winston Wright, has accused some media entities of not publishing press release of national issues sent by the party. He said he sent information to the mainstream media, alternative media, every media source that has an email address, and he does not see any article published. The UIC said it has voiced its concern in a letter to the Press Association of Jamaica, but has received no response to date. UIC President Joseph Pattison suggested the supposed ignoring of the political party is in an effort to maintain the status quo. He said that there is an acknowledged position that there are only two parties in Jamaica, and that interest that exists wants to keep it that way. The murder trial of Everton Beach's Stout MacDonald is expected to resume today. This is after a new jury was formed yesterday. The previous jury was dismantled last week when a juror did not turn up at the Home Circuit Court as expected. It has been learned that the matter was stalled for hours, and it was later discovered that the missing juror did not make an appearance before the court because of financial constraint. The development took place on only the second day of the trial. Another juror also reported that he had job overseas, resulting in the 7-member jury being reduced by more than one, and by law that jury had to be dismantled and a new one was selected. The church community is now calling for the death penalty to be brought back against persons responsible for raping and killing 80-year-old Taylor Thompson of Fortland, Discovery Bay in St. Anne. Her neighbor, a 27-year-old sanitary worker, is accused of committing the act. He is now in hospital under police guard after he tried to kill himself. Chancellor of the Spiritual Christian Revivalist Council of Churches, Archbishop Professor Brian Cameron, said that the church had been taken aback by the brazen act against the child, and he called for the resumption of the death penalty, arguing that it would deter many of the gruesome attacks against the nation's children. The sentencing hearing for Andre Blackman Bryan and his 14 fellow convicts from the Wandon Gang trial was almost transformed into a church on Monday with the quoting of scriptures. And it all started with Bryan, who on March 8 was convicted of being the leader of a criminal network and 7 counts of facilitating the commission of serious offenses by a criminal organization. Citing passages from Genesis, Psalms, and Isaiah, Bryan declared that the 2 gangsters who gave evidence against him lied, and he rambled and rambled on until Brian Sykes had to halt him, asking him to delay his speech given that he had a lot to say and to resume later. The charge for leadership of a criminal organization attracts a maximum sentence of 30 years, while membership in and facilitating criminal offenses both attract a maximum 20 years in prison. The lawyer also requested that the judge, in passing the sentence on the facilitating offense, rule in a matter that it does not exceed 30 years. And the sentence hearing for all 15 people convicted in the Wandon trial will continue today in the Home Circuit Court. A man was beaten to death and his girlfriend injured, reported by his cousin, who is believed to be of unsound mind. The incident happened in Burnt Savannah in Westmoreland yesterday morning. The deceased has been identified as 42-year-old Kenton Salmon, a shopkeeper from the community. And reports from the police are that about 7:30, Salmon was attacked by his cousin, who used an iron to inflict wounds to his head. Salmon died on the scene. His girlfriend, who was also injured, was taken to hospital and is undergoing treatment, and investigations are ongoing in this incident. A 33-year-old man was shot and killed during an alleged confrontation with the police on the Witton Main Road in Westmoreland on Sunday. He is Randall Reed, otherwise called Picos, of Anchovy District, Witton, in the parish. One Luger Glock pistol with a magazine containing 8 9mm rounds of ammunition were seized at the scene during that incident. The Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau and the Independent Commission of Investigations are now investigating that incident. On to sports, Jamaica Reggae Girls left for Canada to play the second leg in the Olympic qualifier after losing the 2-0 in the first leg on Friday. And this next game scheduled for today, and another loss will see Jamaica not making it to the Olympics again. Meanwhile, in Manning Cup, defending champions Jamaica College have been deducted 3 points for fielding an ineligible player against Tivoli Gardens High in the opening match of the 2023 Manning Cup football competition on September 9 at the National Stadium. And in response to this breach of the competition rules, the disciplinary committee ruled that JC would forfeit all 3 points initially earned in the Group B fixture. Tivoli Gardens High were granted a 3-0 victory by default. The JC player found to be ineligible will be banned for the rest of this season. As a result of this ruling, JC have tumbled from second place to third in the standings, now holding 3 points from 2 games, while Tivoli Gardens High have climbed to the top of the group with 7 points from 3 games, one ahead of Kingston Tech, which entered the day in first place. And in Manning Cup games yesterday, St. Jago were 2-0 winners over Wolmer's. Jonathan Grant and Danone played to a 1-1 draw. Donald Quarry hit Ascot 3-0, while Arden beat Pembroke Hall 3-1. And there was one game in the Doncaster Cup competition yesterday where St. James came from behind to earn a 1-1 draw against Irwin in their rescheduled D-Cup Zone A played at Jarrett Park on Monday. The game was originally scheduled for last Tuesday but was pushed back due to the death of a teacher at St. James High. And this result now leaves Cornwall College as the leader with 10 points from 4 games, 2 more than Irvine High on 8, followed by Malden with 7, St. James High with 5, Spot Valley with 3, and Green Pond with no point. And don't forget that we carry the best Manning Cup and Doncaster Cup reports on this radio station. And if you ever miss the news on the radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.